In the summer of 1968, in the quiet hills of Northern California, someone decided to play a game with the entire nation. He didn't hide. He didn't run. Instead, he wrote letters to newspapers, to police, to the public. He gave himself a name, the Zodiac, and then he dared everyone to catch him. Nobody did. This is the story of the most terrifying unsolved murder case in American history. December 20th, 1968. Lake Herman Road, Benicia, California. It was a cold Friday night. Two teenagers, David Faraday, 17 years old, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16, were parked on a quiet road, a first date. Just two ordinary kids with their whole lives ahead of them. They never made it home. A lone gunman approached the car and opened fire without warning. No robbery, no motive, no reason anyone could understand. David was shot in the head at close range. Betty Lou was shot 5 times in the back while trying to run. Police arrived to find 2 bodies and 0 answers. Nobody saw anything. Nobody heard anything. Nobody knew anything. It was as if a ghost had walked out of the darkness, killed 2 innocent people, and simply disappeared back into the night. But this was only the beginning. 7 months later, July 4th, 1969, a couple named Darlene Farron and Michael Mageau were sitting in their car at Blue Rock Springs Park. Suddenly, a vehicle pulled up beside them. A bright light blinded them through the window. Then came the gunshots. Darlene died at the scene. Michael survived barely, and described the attacker as a heavy-set white male with a round face. Police had their second double attack. Same style, same cold execution, same complete absence of motive. Then something unprecedented happened. 3 letters arrived simultaneously at 3 different California newspapers: the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, the Vallejo Times-Herald. Each letter contained identical information about both attacks. Information only the killer could know. Each letter contained 1/3 of a strange coded message. A cipher of 408 symbols that the writer claimed revealed his identity, and each letter ended with the same chilling demand: print this cipher on the front page by Friday, or I will go on a kill rampage this weekend. He signed every letter with a circle and a cross, the symbol of the Zodiac. The newspapers complied. They printed the cipher. Within days, a high school teacher named Donald Harden and his wife cracked part of the code. What they found inside was not a name, not an address, not a clue that would help anyone. Instead, it was a message so disturbing it sent chills through every detective who read it. The killer had written, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest. Because man is the most dangerous animal of all." He went further. He claimed the people he murdered would become his slaves in his afterlife. He said he was not afraid of the death chamber because it would send him to paradise even faster. This was not the writing of a desperate criminal. This was not a robbery gone wrong or a crime of passion. This was someone who killed for pleasure. Someone who wanted to be famous for it. Someone who was deliberately, carefully, methodically taunting an entire nation. And the most terrifying part? The last 18 symbols of the cipher have never been decoded. To this day, over 50 years later, the world's best cryptographers have tried and failed. Whatever the Zodiac hid in those final symbols, it died with him. September 27th, 1969, Lake Berryessa. 2 college students, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, were picnicking by the water when a man appeared wearing a bizarre costume, a black hood over his head, on his chest, a white cross inside a circle. The Zodiac symbol. He tied them up, then stabbed them repeatedly. Cecilia died 2 days later. Brian survived. But before leaving the scene, the attacker did something strange. He walked to Brian's car and wrote on the door, in black marker, the dates of all his previous attacks, and then added that day's date. He wasn't hiding, he was keeping score. 13 days later, October 11th, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein was shot in the head at point-blank range. 3 children witnessed the killer from a nearby window and gave police a description. Police actually stopped a man matching the description that very night, just 2 blocks from the scene. They let him go. A miscommunication in the radio description had described the suspect as a black male. The man they stopped was white. The Zodiac had walked away again. Over the following years, the Zodiac continued writing letters. Over 30 confirmed communications sent to police and newspapers. Some contained more ciphers. Some contained pieces of his victims' clothing as proof. Some were filled with taunts and mockery directed at police. He claimed to have killed 37 people. Police confirmed at least 5 victims. The true number remains unknown. In one letter, he threatened to shoot children on a school bus. In another, he sent a piece of a murder victim's blood-stained shirt. In another, he wrote, "I am crack-proof." And then, in 1974, the letters stopped. No more ciphers, no more taunts, no more proof of kills. The Zodiac simply went silent. Was he dead? Was he in prison for another crime? Did he simply stop? Nobody knows. Over 200 suspects have been investigated across 50 years. The case officially remains open. In 2020, a team of cryptographers finally cracked the second cipher, the 340-symbol code that had resisted every attempt for decades. Inside, they found more taunts, more arrogance, but no name, no location, no identity. The Zodiac killed at least 5 people in cold blood, terrorized an entire nation, wrote letters mocking every detective who tried to find him, and he was never caught. Somewhere in the hills of Northern California, the real name of the Zodiac Killer exists, in an old diary, in a faded memory, in a file nobody has connected yet, or perhaps it exists nowhere at all anymore. And the most dangerous killer in American history took his secret to the grave. If you want to know more about the prime suspects and the one piece of evidence that came closest to cracking this case, watch our next video. The story is far from over.